So video of Else2 exterior. This is Shelter Bay Marina, viewed from the shipyard here. No, the parking lot. So I'm at the front of the boat. What you see there on the right hand side is called a passerelle. It's a gangway mounted at the back of the boat so you can get onto the dock. Very expensive. Two hatches in each side. Forward hatch is storage, this one. The other one is the forward bunk. New trampoline, 1 year old. 2 mattresses here. Very nice to float around out here, relaxing. If you don't know what this is, then it will be one of your new best friends. It is what is called a snubber. You attach it with this to the anchor. To the anchor chain, this one. So it takes all of the absorption, so you don't get a pulling from directly on the anchor chain. You get the pulling from the ground with this one. That reduces the noise and increases security. You have a new 25 kilo Rockna anchor attached. Best practice by a D-shackle, 3 links of chain, a swivel, and then the anchor chain. This makes this part being able to rotate 360 all the time. A lot of people is doing this wrong. This is the right way to do it. The yellow thing that you can see down here is a strap that are mounted to protect the gel coat. The chain was chafing on the gel coat here and down here, so I mounted this one, which is from a pulley system that I bought. You got the roller here. It is a Fagner. Works very well each time. Genoa, age unknown, as you know. This wire here, we've been writing about that one. It's called Dolphin Striker. That is new, mounted last year. It had a small crack over here, and I didn't risk sailing with that. So all new, including the turnbuckles and so on. I didn't clean up after the haul out yesterday. Here you can see the fenders. We have really nice big fenders, very good. I think I have 7, maybe 8. Normally it's just 3 on each side. That's more than enough, like that. Then you have the 2 lockers here in front of the cabin. On the starboard side, we have the anchor winch. It's a 1500 watt Lofrance Tigris. The remote control is new. It broke down last year, so I had to replace that. You have 50 meters of new anchor chain and additional 50 meters at the bottom. You also have rope at the end of the chain. The 2 50 meters chains are not connected, so you need to buy a connection. It's like $3, and then connect the 2 anchors. You have additional anchor here, which was on the boat when I bought the boat. It's actually a good anchor. I don't know what it is. I think it's a Danford, maybe a copy of a Danford, but I used it in the Med. It was good. It was holding all through Med. So it's good, but the Rockna is even better. This is kind of old technology. The way you do anchors nowadays is more like a rock anchor. The green thing you have here is the water tank, 400 liters. On the other side, you have the beast, which is the watermaker. 2 membranes up here. The plastic bag that you see over here is for additional filters, which you will get. You can see the filters down there. You can see the brown one and you can see the white one. In the handover document, I will make a really good explanation on how you run this. It seems complicated, but it's not. When you get the grasp of it, it's quite easy. Then you have the diesel generator, Paguro 4000. I don't know why it's called 4000 because it only provides 3000 watts. So I don't know, but it works. We opened it up yesterday, so you will see pictures in the survey report on that. The last time you were asking about the colorization down here, and I don't know. I think maybe it's that bracket that you see there. That's rusty, and the same goes over there on the back. I think it's that. But it doesn't go off. You fill diesel for the diesel generator here. You fill water for the water tank here. Two manual winches up here by the mast, a small one and a bigger one. You were talking about replacing running lines. This, which is for the main, it's new. I had that installed last year. I also had this spin lock installed last year. Up here you have the main and you have the boom vane, meaning holding up the end of the boom. Moving on to starboard side, you can see the sail up here. Yeah, nice palm trees. Winch here, obviously winch on the other side as well. Some owners have been taking all the lines back because up here you have the reefing lines. The reefing lines come out here. And you could take those back to the steering wheel. That would make life easier. It's not that big a deal. We can talk about that. Going back. This is the line for the Genoa furler. That line is new as well. Yeah, that line is new as well. 1 year old, that one. The two small hatches is the windows for the toilet. Then down here, the sugar cube, as it is called. The yellow thing is a fender. You can use when you are in a marina, which is not something you do a lot, but you have the fender there, really nice. You have the Highfield, new Highfield Classic in Hyperlon. So that'll last the time you will be using this boat. Fifth is a big thing in the Caribbean. Not so much where you're going in the Pacific. They don't steal things out there. But I mounted an anchor chain, and at the end of the anchor chain, it's not mounted now, but at the end of the anchor chain I have a kryptonite bicycle lock, so nobody can run with this. And at the back down there on the motor, you can see I've installed a security bar, so you can't unscrew the motor. You can see the small dinghy anchor, which is very nice, very good to have when you dock in a place where you have waves coming to shore, or you are at a beach or whatever. So that's a nice thing. Obviously you have oars as well. I can move to the other side so you can see it from the back, going into the cockpit. Down there you have the locker for the diesel tank, and the diesel hose runs beneath the floor. It's a double deck bottom. You can see I have a yellow leaf down there. I'm sitting next to this tree. So there's a leaf down there, the water runs out. That's why I, at the moment, have tilted the dinghy so the water can run off. It rains a lot. 10 horsepower Honda. It's good, no problems with that one. Behind the two fenders, you have the life raft. The reason for the two fenders is only to not have the dinghy banging on the life raft. I don't use those fenders for anything than protection of the life raft and the dinghy. That's it. On port side, Sugar Cube. This will be your favorite place because you have your bathing platform here. So that's where you go bathing. Jump in the water. Another really nice thing. Water to wash the salt water. Shore power, 220 shore power. I think we talked about this one the last time. I don't know what's been going on there. I think it could have been a mount with a hole here for the gangway. At the moment, that hole is on the other side. So I don't know. Looks a bit overdone. This one here is the emergency steering. There's a tiller for that. I can show you that in the handover. God forbid you will ever use that. Diesel from down here. Same on the starboard side. You have two diesel tanks, 100 liters in each. The blue thing is toys. Two paddle boards. You'll also have two inflatable kayaks as well. On top here, you have the 4 solar panels, providing you with whatever you need of electricity. This thing here is a teak mount for the motor. So if you want to take out off the motor on the dinghy and store it away, then you can do it here. I had this made last year in Cape Verde. They had to reinforce the pulpit here. They had to reinforce that and put this baby on because the previous one was not good. So this is new. I only used it once. That's it. You don't really need to take off the motor, and it's quite tricky to do it. So from at the end of the boat, you have the traveler for the main sheet. That's a long one. You control that with the blue lines here. This is the electrical winch. Very nice to have it here because you're hoisting the dinghy here. So it pulls up the dinghy from the water, and I recommend you do that every night so it's not stolen. You have 2 gears on the electrical winch. So the entire cockpit, very nice in my opinion. Way more roomier than some of the more modern catamarans that you see today, because everything is kind of open. You don't have sofa groups or anything like that. You have mattresses, they're stored inside now, but you have mattresses to go around here. There's also an additional part on the table that you can add, and then you just lift it up. I took that off because I don't need it, but if you put that on, you can easily have 8 or 10 people sitting there. A lot of good places you move around to get out of the sun. So sometimes it's starboard side, sometimes it's port side, sometimes it's there, as you can see. Yeah, you move around. Steering wheel covered up now because of all the rain, but you have 4 instruments. You have the chart plotter and 3 small instruments. You control wind, auto route, depth, speed, what have you, all of that. Yeah, obviously you control the Genoa from up here. I think that is it. Yeah, you have storage here as well. Down here, storage. All the things that you use on a daily basis, you have storage here. So down here I have petrol for the dinghy. Down here I have diving masks, small parts of rope, bucket for cleaning. The yellow thing is a sunbrella for putting on top of the trampoline to give you shade. So it's quite nice. Over here, no, I was wrong. Sorry. You have 2 7 kilos. 2 7 kilos. They last a long time, but it is tricky to replace gas. It takes a while. It's not you don't go to a tank station and then you get it filled. You need to plan. You need to research where can you actually have that done. But 7 kilos is several months of cooking. Of course, depending on how much you use the stove and so on. I think that's it. The net here, groceries to put outside, bananas, onions, so on. Okay. Tschüss.